draining or tiring, especially at the screening, like what you come to and you saw, because I'm dying to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, like a step, it's like a step. Each step is a conversation with a different person. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh God, I'm in the toilet.
45 minutes later, you're just completely on the floor, crawling, going, please let me go.
Yeah. So it's but it's not. At the same time, it's nice to do that. And do you know what? Hands down and hands up, I will give. If I've got free time, I will give my free time to anyone that supports my work and support other actors. You know, I'll give that, because, you know, I'm not that kind of person that's just gonna go, oh great, I've done a film now, I'm in a film, and thank you guys for your support. See you later. I'm not gonna bother with you anymore. I'm gonna show love to everyone.
Yeah.
And I'll try and do that consistently.
That's great. It's a great philosophy to have as well. I've got to say as well, just this is my little bit. When I was there, I did have that little bit of sit there, look who I'm sat with, everyone. You know.
He did. You did actually get to sit with us.
I did, yeah, because I sat with.
We had a few selfies, I think, as well.
Yeah, so I was just sitting there thinking, look who I'm sat with, look who I'm with. You know.
But do you know what? Sometimes when I do, because we had quite a few selfies. Every time I take selfies, for some reason, I just look like a little monkey, and I'm like, oh my God, I look like a little monkey. So, so I'm sure we've got a few of them popping out somewhere.
Oh God, yeah. I insulted Ashley as well.
Did you really?
Because she took a picture and I thought it had cut the heads off, so I said she's cut our heads off, and obviously didn't realise that Ashley is a professional photographer.
Yeah, she's a professional photographer. Yeah,
I was like, oops, sorry.
Yeah, no, she's a great photographer. I've got to give it hats off to her. She's fantastic. Like, when we was on set, some of the snap photos she got was
there's some brilliant stills coming out of that.
I didn't even know I looked like that on camera. I was like, I actually look great. Like, how did you capture me like that? Because I need to learn. I look like a monkey in most of my pictures. Well, I do anyway. You know.
Oh dear, cool. Lauren Clark's actually sent a few questions in about Pandorica because she's not seen it yet. So don't spoil this.
Clark, hey, Lauren Clark.
Oh, yeah. She says, what's your character? Your character appears to also be on the path of a spiritual journey in a quest for leadership. How would you describe it in the film, and how does it differ from other characters?
So how different is Ares? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, how different is Ares from the others?
So Ares is do you know what? I like to say that Ares is very intelligent. He's manipulating, and he's hungry to sacrifice or jeopardize, and yeah, he's just. I think there's obviously during this conversation what we had last time on the other podcast, what I tried to portray with the character of Ares was Floki and Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings. So, like, you know, I tried to kind of create this kind of element of like kind of sneeziness or like a bit of a weasel, and I feel like I've done a great job. And I think that's the difference with Ares, that he comes across quite strong-minded.
Yep.
But when it come down to the actual physicality of everything, he wasn't. You know, so I think he was more of a character that was more talk and more of a bully and intimidating mentally rather than actually physically being one.
Yeah.
And I think you can kind of get that from the film when it happens, you know, because when someone stands up to Ares, he doesn't actually fully fight back. He's a bit hesitant. That's what I felt with the character. And what was the question? How did it feel?
Yeah, how does it differ from the others?
Yeah, so I suppose he's different in his own ways. He's like, from a lot of the reviews, for some reason, from what I read, was people loved hating Ares. They loved hating him. And I think that's very rare to make a character that you love that you want to hate.
Yeah.
Because what he was is sometimes people might agree with his politic views on obviously the box situation. So obviously people kind of think, yeah, actually Ares is right, but at the same time, Ares, you're can I swear on the show?
Yeah.
Ares, you're a dick. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's like that's how it kind of felt with Ares. You know, like, he was right in some ways, but at the same time he was a dick and he was selfish with it. But it's like, yeah, that's technically, guys, what you should actually do. You know, like, if you are in that predicament. Yeah.
No, I'm thinking my words to you after when you asked me about what did I think of Ares. I was like, you're a complete twat. That's my words to you. I remember that.
Yeah, beer.
Yeah, exactly. I had a beer in my hand to offer a beer, so it didn't sound too bad.
I think did I take you up on the beer? I can't remember.
Yeah, you did actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you
Do you
did.
love my beer? So there you go. If you wanna win me over, people, get me a beer.
Yeah, that's a great comparison as well between Floki and Ragnar as well. The two
Yeah.
have taken elements from the two because I've binge watched the Vikings a few weeks ago. Brilliant series. Got through the binge
Oh,
watch
man,
once.
it's
I
so
just
it's
binge.
so I'm like, because that's what I kind of liked with Vikings. I kind of took Ragnar's look with like the whole kind of the hair
Yeah.
tied up really tight and that kind
Hmm.
of that settled looks in his face and the emotions, but the body language. If you watch Ares, if you have seen Pandorica, I kind of try to create that kind of sneeziness or wheeziness of
Yeah.
float, like where he looks at you, where he like from a distance that he wants you to kind of like die,
Hmm.
like that kind of look. So I kind of created that, and I sat there. I'm not even joking. When obviously I got the part for Pandorica,
Yeah.
and obviously with Vikings, I watched all the seasons,
Hmm.
and I didn't watch it once. I watched it twice because I wanted to sit there. I was like, I need to make sure I get this accent close enough to perfect.
Yeah.
And just watch and observe, and I really kind of went all in examining those two characters to kind of mold them together and how I was going to do that, and sitting there taking notes. I probably look like a mental case because I think at one point my housemate walked in and he seen me walk around their place like into character. He's probably thinking, what is going on? Have I actually got this guy in my house? So it's a
Yeah.
great show. I love it. I
Yeah.
love
No.
like
It's a brilliant show. Floki was it? Because
mm.
Ragnar and his little Christian puppies.
Go on, look at you, Pandorica too. Here we go.
I know. Yeah, get me in there.
I love it. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Floki's
Do
one
it
of my
again.
No, I can't do it now because was it? It goes. There's Ragnar and his little Christian pet.
Mate, that's good. I love it. Well done, you. Bro.
Thing was, I was actually doing my
I'm
little.
going to show Tom. I'm going to show Tom. I'm going to be like, Tom, Pandorica 2, listen to Chris's Floki. And then you can come out of that. That's
Yeah.
your audition.
You see, if you'd done it on video, you would have seen I was actually doing the hands in the air, like like he does with his little wiggling hands.
Brilliant.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah. Floki, love Floki. Can you hear me still?
Sorry, I put myself on mute. Sorry.
That's all right. I
Yeah.
thought something happened to me then. I was like,
I thought I'd pull myself off mute. It's fine. Lauren's also asked, what would you consider to be your own personal relationship with Ares?
Is this on Twitter? Where is she? Let me see, Lauren Clark. Where are you? Not joking. So what is it? So what is the question?
What would you consider to be your own personal relationship with Ares, and how are you two similar? I mean, I think personally you're very, very different, but
Why would you think we're different, Chris? Tell me. Why would you think we're different?
well, I'd say you're different in the way that Ares, I'll call him Ares.
Aries.
Yeah, Ares. Yeah, he's very as I said, you've just gone into it. He's very manipulative. He's very, very dark. Well, he comes across as very dark and evil, twisted, and kind of maniacal in a way. In his own, like you say, very sleazy. And you're not. There you go. Simple.
Yeah, I suppose. What would I say is similar with me and
That's
Ares?
strong. I'd say you're focused.
I can't even say apart from being a twat sometimes, but I suppose I think I got asked this quite a while back actually. I think it's his hunger. I think it's his confidence. His confidence of knowing what he wants to do, and that's the kind of person I am. I'm very confident in knowing what I want and what I want to do, and if I don't want something, I won't do it. If I don't want something, I won't do it. If I don't want something, I won't take it. If I don't want to do something, I won't do it.
Yeah.
And that's how Ares is, and I'm that kind of person. And I feel like he's hunger and he's push. I think, but I say there's similarities that we have. And what was part of the question again? Sorry, I'm like Dory today.
Yeah, that's all right. That was it. How are you two similar? That was part of it.
There you go, Lauren.
Cool. Before I move on to obviously talking about some of your more recent projects as well, there's other questions here, which is Roxanne Randall's asked if you could have any actor's career, whose would it be and why?
If I could have any actor's career, do you know what? In a way, I have to say this. I wouldn't want any actor's career. not in an arrogant way, because I feel if and I will give a person who I would love to have,
Hmm.
like, obviously, that I'm inspired by, but I always feel with an actor, your journey in acting is what makes you the actor that you are.
Yeah.
And you could be inspired, you could have role models and things like that, but wanting someone else's career is another thing. And yeah, it's nice to want their roles, but I feel the journey and the excitement is what would lead into what. So like
Hmm. Yeah, totally get you.
Me playing and, being in Pandorica has led me on to other projects because of Pandorica.
Yeah.
Because people have seen it, or producers or directors or whoever have seen Pandorica, and it's led me on to that next role. And it's the exciting thing going, oh wow, because that led me on to that. What's that going to lead
Hmm.
me on to? What's that
Yeah.
going to do for me? What role is that going to get me? Like at the moment, I've got an audition for a character that's completely opposite to me again. That's and it's
Yeah.
thinking, so if I get this role, then what can that do for me in that department? So it's like it's one of those things, and I think that's the exciting thing about an actor's journey is
Hmm.
that there's no wrong or right way about the journey, because every actor's journey is different and
Yeah.
roles lead into roles. So I wouldn't actually want anyone's career if I could um, be like someone. I suppose be like someone's career, as in an actor.
Hmm.
I'd say Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
because he's someone that really does inspire me a lot, and he's someone that I really do hope to be like as an actor. He's
Hmm.
a great demonstration to the commercial world as well.
Yeah.
That he's a very authentic dad father figure kind of looking guy
Hmm.
that really portrays off well in the industry, and he's winning awards, and he's just fantastic at what he does. He goes all in with his characters. He really knows his characters. He's love of the art. Anthony Hopkins again as
Yeah.
well, a person that I would love to be in a situation in.
Hmm.
Just such powerful actors that demonstrate the art and the craft of the industry. What I think is something that I have a lot of passion and love for. So if there's anyone, I'd say Tom Hanks and Anthony Hopkins, two actors that I really, 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 really admire.
All right, cool. Yeah, I can't knock any of those. Anthony Hopkins, or Sir Anthony Hopkins, is
Oh,
probably one of
mate,
the finest actors
yeah.
going. He's just astounding. And same with
And
Tom Hanks as well. I don't think there's
yeah,
any films that I've seen or anything I've seen them in that I've
oh,
disliked
he's
because they
just
just
he's just so
so
good.
yeah.
And do you know what? I'm really inspired by Anthony Hopkins because, from what I know, correct me if I'm wrong, he's dyslexic,
Yes, he is.
and I'm dyslexic. And people that ain't dyslexic obviously might not know the struggle of dyslexia. Like,
Hmm.
if you put me in a restaurant, I can't read the menu. Like,
Yeah,
sometimes I don't get what I'm even ordering. I just have to guess and go, oh my God, that says chicken. I have that. Like, because, and
right.
even like learning scripts, and it might be my knowledge might not be as fast as someone else.
Hmm.
So to know that Anthony Hopkins is one of the most respected um, actors, that is also dyslexic,
Yeah,
is a massive inspiration to me, because I was very knocked down when I was a kid about my dyslexia. Oh yeah, you're dyslexic. You're stupid. You'll never be an actor and things like that, and people kind of knocking me down.
hmm,
And Anthony Hopkins was that kind of inspiration, going, well, he's dyslexic, and look how good he is, and I can be like that. And the thing about what I don't know, like, just in general, I feel with people that are dyslexic is, and obviously me being dyslexic, is we seem to know, and I'm not just saying that anyone can't be like this, but I've kind of like noticed that a lot of people that are dyslexic can really interact with their emotions,
yeah,
and that's what I kind of learned, because we can be quite sensitive, and we can be very interactive with our emotions, and we can study body language like it's nothing to us. We can
hmm,
read body language very, very, very well,
yeah,
and I think that portrays off really well in the acting. Um, because it's small things that we can tell, like I can sit there and I can just kind of read someone's body language so easy, like I can tell, sense, or just feel, like, because I could just see it.
yeah.
I sound like a madman, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
We interact with
yeah, you interact. I mean, I'm actually looking here now at quotes by Anthony Hopkins regarding his chart, which is very similar. He said he was bullied as a boy. Lots of kids are, but hopefully most get on with their lives. He goes, I was pathetic at school in Port Talbot.